Hey everybody, it's Brian from NS Live TV. Welcome to episode 13 of the Nova Scotiable, Nova Scotia's only live community TV talk show. Now before we get going, and we got lots of great stuff for you on this episode, I do have a little bit of housekeeping to do, and of course we have a cool housekeeping graphic we got to play. I just want to mention that all you have to do is zoom in. If you look over the far side of the screen, right down across from my finger there, you'll see the Zoom ID number and password that you need to join me, and you will be put into the green room, which is over that way. And yeah, we'll have you on the show as soon as we can get to you there, and I'll keep checking to make sure if there's anybody there or not, because this is a live talk show. We'd like to hear from you. All right. So, I mean, there's lots of stuff to talk about, too, like the newly imposed lockdown. What do you think about that, all right? I know it's for the good of everybody, but it's still a nuisance, right? So what are you doing to break the lockdown and have a little bit of fun at home with the family and nobody else? So, like I said, the meeting info is on the right-hand of the side of the screen, and with the ID and password, you can join us. If you do come live on the show, please turn on the sound on your live stream because it will mess us up because there's quite a significant delay. And we air the Nova Scotiable live, at least we try to, which is why we're late today. I apologize. We're trying to get it live to Facebook and YouTube simultaneously, which proved to be a technical challenge today, but we got it going and we are live now. If you missed the show, the live show is available for on-demand viewing after the fact, around the clock, around the world. So do these things that you keep seeing. Where are they? There. Just do those things right there. Do all that and help us out and help us grow the channel. All right. So that's the intro. That's the housekeeping stuff. And we're going to give us a big round of applause, will you? Even though none of us will hear it. For this week's co-host and author of the Lenny Superbook and Autograph a Hero's book, Ken Hubley. And where is he? There we go. Click the right button and it'll work. How you doing, Ken?
Good, thanks, Brian. How are you?
I've got some hair left.
That's good.
We're like half an hour late, but you know, it is what it is, and I appreciate you hanging in there to co-host the show with me this week.
Sounds good. Better late than never.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, good words. I like that. So, of course, Ken and I have been working on a show called Apparent Chats. And we did release episode 2 this week, which we're very proud of. And I've got a graphic for that. There we go. There, we'll squish us over to the side and show the graphic. So that's just a frame of the show. You can watch it on NS Live TV. Of course, that's the channel name and the website. Hey, ingenious, right? Yeah, so, and always, as always, like, share, promote, help us grow the channel so we can create even more content. So, a little bit of sad news. We're going to move on. Oh, before I do that, before I do anything else, I'm going to check the green room. Nope, I don't see anybody else waiting to come on. And remember, you can zoom in and be on the show live. But yeah, we have a little bit of sad news here this week. James Zadari has died. Yeah, terrible news. Apparently he was rich and famous, and Joseph Zadari, and he was Chief James Zadari, just want to clarify that, and Joseph Zadari wants his money. Well, I mean, who wouldn't? And we're not talking a small sum here. We're talking $145 million, right? That's already in a Canadian bank, apparently. Now, the only thing I don't know is the relationship of Joseph to James. Sounds like a son, could be brother, who knows? He doesn't tell me. And now, this is an email that came in this week, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. And Joseph is only 18 years old, and apparently he has to be 25 to get the money. And it's strictly a bank-to-bank transaction. So, I wouldn't respond to this email if you get it. This is obviously a hoax. I mean, what do you think, Ken? Do you think he really has $145 million waiting for me? Yeah, you really kind of have to have your thinking cap on when you get some of these emails and read through them. I mean, this one obviously there's nobody who has $145 million, and he doesn't even say what he's going to do with it. Are we going to split it? I was like, is he going to give me a third? Like, what's the deal? There's no mention of that. Let me blow it up a little bit more here for you. Yeah, so this is the email. So if you get an email from James Zadari, put it in your junk bin. Get rid of it. But it is sad that Joseph died. I have to admit, I'm broken up about that. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna check the green room. Nope, I don't see anybody waiting in the green room to come on live on the show. That's that's what we're here for. This is a talk show. We want to talk to somebody, but I do have something new for everybody this week. Let me get it ready here. Do a little song there while I'm doing this, or Ken, or something. I entertain them. I'll just be a sec.
Section, and I'd be happy to take a look at it and do a future parent chats on that.
Awesome. Okay, so I think we're ready. So we can bring this up. So what we've got this week that we have never done before is the top 8. I couldn't think of 10 things, so we went with 8. So it's the top 8 things you should not have visible on Zoom calls, and I do enough of them, so. All right, so, oh, no, we don't want to start at number 3. Let me show here we go. We'll go to the top here. Always good to start at the beginning. All right, that should be better. So number 8. Here it comes. I know what I'm doing. Honestly, I do. Most of the time. All right, so bad family pictures. You want to get them out of your Zoom chat. You don't want them to be there at all. Look at that. Really, what's with those outfits? Oh, gee. Yeah, anyhow, let's get rid of that. Use some fancy graphics here. Number 7, boogers. Oops, we didn't want to see that anyways, did we?
No.
Yeah, we'll bring them back. Okay. I'm too quick with my finger on the trigger here. Yeah. So listen, have them handy, right? But don't have them visible.
Yeah.
All right. So number 6. Number 6, top things you should not have visible on Zoom chats: jewelry and expensive stuff, especially if it's a job interview. You don't want people to think you're really rich and don't need the job, right? So hide all that stuff. You get any expensive jewelry, Ken? I don't.
No. I have my Fitbit. That's about it. I wear it 24/7. Love it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think Fitbits would be okay. So
Yeah.
number 5, top things you should not have visible on Zoom calls is your illegal stash.
Don't have that either.
So hide that. Don't want people to see that. There's just some things you shouldn't have. Number 4, your dirty laundry. People don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I didn't want to see the picture I just showed. Come on. So number 3, top things you should not have visible on Zoom calls: your booze. Hide your booze. Like I said, especially if it's a job interview. People don't want to see a mess like that. I don't know which would be worse, if they're full or empty. Which would be worse?
I think empty.
Yeah, that's right. And number 2, your underwear, like wear pants, people. They can be shorts. That's fine. Shorts are fine. But, wear pants, please. Because from what I hear, people who are doing job interviews are getting people to stand now. So they're just asking them to stand up for a second and making sure they're wearing pants. I don't know why.
I'm all good there today.
I'm not standing up either, okay? So don't ask me to stand up. And you're good too, Ken? You say?
I'm good too, yeah.
But you're not going to stand.
No.
All right, so number 1 thing you should not have visible on Zoom calls: your old police mugshots. Get rid of them. People don't want to know about that stuff. That's history, right? So, yeah, so there you go. It's a little thing we thought we'd try, a little bit of humor to lighten your day. And before we kill that, I'm going to see if there's anybody in the green room. I don't see anybody waiting over there. So, yeah, so take that advice. Good advice here on this channel. Things you should not do. All right. What else have we got here? Well, I was lucky enough to speak this week. Well, let me change that screen. This isn't very nice. There. Get that kid out of there, whoever that is. So I get to speak with Kelsey, the Bad Apple Princess. At least she proclaims herself to be that, from the Bad Apple Brewhouse. And that was yesterday. We got a chance to talk. I wanted to find out what they were up to brewing in Berwick, because they're posting a lot, and they really get my attention. That's how you can get my attention, is post a lot of stuff on Facebook, and because I'm always on there searching for stuff for the show here. Of course, Berwick is the apple capital of the Maritimes. No better place to be making cider and apple-based brews and other things. So anyhow, here is that interview I had with Kelsey. Hey, well, I appreciate you coming on the show today. And listen, I've been looking at Facebook for a little bit, seeing Bad Apple Brewhouse, and it's really caught my attention. It looks pretty awesome, some of the product you're making. So what was your initial, why did you start this? Like, what was the inspiration for the Bad Apple Brewhouse?
Yeah, so my dad started out, he did home brewing in the basement, and it kind of just grew. It's always just been a hobby for him, and it's grown into this business. It's still just a hobby for him, but it's something he is very passionate about.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, hey, I know all about hobby businesses going full time and coming back. Mine's kind of come back, but anyhow, it's a whole different story for another show. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, he's doing it as a hobby, and and that in my mind is some of the best ways to start a business, because it's really a passion. Then somebody making a business out of their real passion. So awesome.
Yeah.
Man, looking at this on your Facebook page here, the Paradise of Funk, Brett Pear Apple Cider. Have I got that right?
Yeah. So he tries to come up with these funny names with it, and goes from there.
Awesome. I'd get along with him really good, because I'm good with funny names too. All right. So, and I see a blackcurrant cider. Is that a?
That one's a beer, so it's a Gosa. Blackcurrant Gosa, so that one is a beer. So we do beer and cider.
Oh, cool! So you do a little bit of everything. That's awesome. I haven't heard of a Gosa. That's a new term for me. So,
yeah, it's different. It's kind of like a sour, but we don't kind of classify it as a sour. Mm-hmm. It is different. It's balanced on black currants. It's kind of got this sea salt, coriander kind of taste to it as well. It's really good.
That sounds really good. Yeah. And I need one of those, like, right now.
Yeah.
And I see there's a video on Facebook here of her out drinking her dad. I love that.
Yes. I was so proud of myself. I was like, I'm going to do this. And I almost gave out halfway through. I was like, I can't do this. He's got me beat. And I somehow managed to survive that. Yeah.
No, he probably get all choked up. I'm proud of my daughter.
Yeah. For his birthday, I was like, this is the one time I'm doing this. So
that's great. Awesome. So, well, do you have a storefront or tap room or anything that people can come visit?
Yeah, so we have a storefront here. It's actually the brewery itself here in Somerset. We're just down the road from the Plantation and also Meadowbrook Meat Market. We're kind of in the middle between them. So you come in and we will refill growlers as long as they're clean, because we get some people that have very bad smelling ones. Yeah, but we do growler fills. We've got taps, and we do the majority of our sales are can sales.
Awesome. All right. Well, that sounds great. So what I'll do is I'll try to put your links, as many as I can, like your website and your Facebook page and things, in the description of the video, and hopefully people will come and check it out, because I know I'm going to next time I'm up that ways.
Yeah, and
awesome.
the best Instagram to follow is actually mine. Dad doesn't post really on social media, so it's all me. So my Instagram is Bad Apple Princess. And that's where you'll see, honestly, I just post everything. Like my story always has beer updates, cider updates. Like that's where the majority of all the updates are, on my Instagram there.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll share that one as well. And well, I appreciate you coming on the show and telling people all about bad apples. And as I said before, good things can come from bad apples, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, you take care. And once again, thanks for coming on the show. And we'll get up to see you when we can.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, there you go. That was Kelsey. And, I think they call it a Gosa because it goes down real smooth. Gosa down, get it. Anyway. As I want to thank Kelsey for taking the time to come on the show and telling everybody about the Bad Apple Brewhouse in Berwick. And listen, anyone's welcome to have a chat about your interesting and creative business here on this show. Just email me at talkshow@nslive.tv, and we can have you on. Sounds good? All right. Have you had any good cider or anything like that lately, Ken?
I've tried a couple of the local different ciders. I don't really pay a lot of attention to the names or whatever, but yeah, I'll try it from time to time.
Yeah, that's the thing. You get out there and experiment. And anyhow, our community correspondent in Berwick, Barbara Nicholls, took some time away from the garden this week because she's given us 2 gardening sections or segments in the last couple shows, and she got a COVID test. So this was her experience getting a COVID test in Berwick.
Good morning. I'm here in Berwick, Nova Scotia, in the middle of the Annapolis Valley. Beautiful day. It's a Sunday morning. Here at the Berwick Fire Hall, I'm going to be getting my COVID test this morning. Since I work in the film industry, it's almost required that I go every week to have a COVID test. Come on in and I'll show you what it's all about. Although I did make an appointment for this morning, their computer system was down, so I'm just going to see if they did in fact get my appointment today. I'm sure they'll see me anyway. Hi, they made me put a shield on because my mask was just insufficient, and I don't blame them, but I did have some surgery on my ears, so I couldn't wear a proper mask. And they put the Q-tip up your nose, they count to 6. I gotta tell you, it's not pleasant, but I've had worse. So please brave it on and get yourself tested. There's 2 in the valley. There's Wolfville, Berwick, and Digby. All you have to do is go online, 811 Nova Scotia COVID testing, and get your free test. Got my COVID testing this morning. Yay. Behold that. Q-tip up your nose for 6 seconds. Felt like 5 minutes, but it's over now. And I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to oblige. Thank you very much for watching, and this is Barbara Nicholls for Nova Scotia Community TV. Thank you.
So there you go. You have the website there that you can sign up to get your COVID test, and it looks like I've got somebody in the queue here in the green room. Let me see if I can bring them up here. And take that over there. Just give me 1 sec. So, anything you want to talk about while I get this lined up here, Ken? Oh, I gotta unmute you. There you are. Now you're live.
Just really think it's a good idea for people to get the COVID testing done and to adhere to the restrictions. They're there for a reason, and it's really important. And I think we're at an interesting time in history. So hopefully the sooner we can get the testing done and vaccines in and keep our numbers and try to get our numbers low again, then the sooner we'll be out the other end of it.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree with that. All right, so we have, let me see if I can, how do I rearrange this here? Just bear with me 1 sec, folks. Trying to get Robert on. Oh, and he's playing us some music. Oh, I lost him. Where'd he go? I hear you, Robert.
I'm here. It's a Sunday.
Oh, there you are. Now we got everybody.
It's a Sunday, and I'm going to turn off my camera stuff so that I don't look at myself. I just hate that. Yeah, how are you doing, Brian?
Good. How are you?
Good. I enjoyed the. What was the cider company? I think I better go.
Yeah, it's a Bad Apple Brewhouse. They make cider and beer and Gosa. It goes down really good.
Oh man! As soon as we're allowed to travel, I'm going. I got my shot. I got my Moderna shot in this arm almost a week ago, No, I just saw you online, and I thought I'd check in and say hi. For those who may be watching, I'm over in Dartmouth, Robert Campbell, and I support NS Live TV. I think it's a great idea. And how's the sound, by the way? Can you hear everything?
I'm bumping it up a little bit as you talk there.
Okay.
I'm getting.
Well, there you go. Anyways, I'm just sitting in the in our spare bedroom, what I call my music hovel, and thought I'd jump on and say hi. I've been with the latest lockdown. I've realized it's important to finally get into the streaming world of life, and so I've hooked up my various bits and pieces, and I'm just testing it out. I'm going to start doing some Twitch stuff and whatever. Some live streaming or pre-recorded stuff. I've got my Songwriters from Here and Away channel on Facebook, so I'm going to. I think I was mentioning that about doing some interviews and whatnot with songwriters from around the Atlantic region, plus from outside the Atlantic region. So I thought I'd come in and test my world with you.
I could use a little music segment for the show. That would be totally awesome.
Okay, cool. What?
Now, I realized in all the technical stuff I got going on here that Ken, you won't be able to hear Ken. I've got a co-host on this week, Ken. You can say hi to him, but unfortunately, I don't think he can hear you. Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear Robert. Yeah,
Oh, I
it
can
works.
hear
Sweet.
Hi,
Can you
Robert.
hear Ken, Robert?
Yeah,
Hi,
guess
Robert.
maybe-
How are you?
but I saw him and I heard him before I shut down the live feed, and he sounds and looks great. So that's all that counts, right?
That's all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've always been told I got the face for radio, so hey, yeah, there you go.
yeah, I don't even have a face for that, but I didn't shave today. I'm actually going to shower and shave. With the plague killing off live music and so many things, I've actually, for the first time in about 16, 17 years, I'm actually getting a check from a company other than myself. I took on a couple of day a week contract doing IT stuff. My background is in IT as well as music and production and stuff. So I get to go back to work for 2 days, tomorrow and Tuesday. But so I'll be shaving this off, this 3 or 4 day growth here. So I guess I could sing a song if you like. What do you want to hear? What kind of things would you like to hear?
I don't know, and that's a request I wasn't prepared for. I don't know what you got. Surprise.
Well,
Something we could all sing along.
I'll do an original one. And I can also test out my little box. You have one of these, don't you?
What you got there?
You should be seeing a different view.
Yeah. Cool. Now we have the smooth.
When I was a lad in school, my teachers, they taught me just what they knew. They said, now, Bobby boy, the numbers don't lie, and I believed what they said was true. But then I heard B.B. King. B.B. King, he sang about his sweet home, Chicago. And he told me this, and he told me that. He told me that 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 2 is 6. I can prove that they're all wrong because I've got these numbers tricked. It all adds up to one thing. It's a fact that'll last forever. Yeah, 1 and 1, well, it don't make 2, and I know that might sound clever. Yeah, it all adds up to one thing, and this I know for sure, 'cause love makes one out of me and you. Well, 6 years ago. That's when you took my hand. There were 7 wonders in the world, and I saw the promised land. Yeah, we walked and talked and talked and walked nearly 8 days a week. And then one day on the 11th hour, that's when I heard you speak. You said it all adds up to one thing. It's a fact that'll last forever. Yeah, 1 and 1, well, it don't make 2. And I know that might sound clever. Yeah, it all adds up to one thing. And this I know for sure. 'Cause love makes one out of me and you. Can't take away this love of ours, there'll be no great divide. And with each day that passes by, well, it seems to multiply. Yeah, it all adds up to one thing. It's a fact that lasts forever. Yeah, 1 and 1, well, it don't make 2. And I know that might sound clever. Yeah, it all adds up to one thing. This I know for sure. 'Cause love makes one out of me and you. Me and you. I said, yeah, love makes one out of me and you. I'm talking me and you. Love makes one out of me and you.
No, nobody will hear it.
Great job.
Anyway, so that's what I'm working on.
Very good.
I don't know how, so I'll have a look back and a listen back and see how that works out. I'm just getting.
So is that like an original? You just kind of release this on my show? Like, is it like
no,
totally?
This is one that that's an original for sure. But it's on an album that we did. I'd like to see our 3rd original album. So we've got 5 albums of all original stuff, or mostly original. Campbell and Green is the moniker by which we've recorded under. Kaylin, my partner, the Green in the Campbell and Green, is not into really doing live stuff. She's a painter, artist, so she's mostly doing that right now, and waiting for the plague to end so she can lead her. She's got a choir and stuff, right? So
yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah.
You got the host concert scene's kind of quiet, and
yeah.
Everything's quiet. We're in lockdown, for goodness sake. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no,
Crazy.
this is right now. We were supposed to be in Germany, right? That was our intent. We had, it started to book stuff like back in over a year ago.
Yeah, because you were there a couple of years ago, right? If I remember.
Yeah. It was our 3rd tour in Europe, and so when the plague hit here over a year ago now, 15 months ago or whatever, when we started, when I was booking all this, and then I had a few anchor dates, couple of anchor dates lined up, and a couple of shoulder things, and just had to let it all go. And they said, well, maybe next year, but actually it's probably not going to be till 2022 before we can even think about it. So, and I don't know like even then, right? It might not even be like, I just saw an email from Folk Alliance International, and they were talking about doing a Zoom meeting with a bunch of people, but they're actually, or no, it was Winnipeg. Yeah, they're the Manitoba Arts Council people. They do a online showcase for artists. They're not booking until they're booking the 22-23 season, not the 21-22 season, right? So they're just given this whole winter a pass. So
Yeah.
that sucks, right? Sucks large. But after
It
seeing
does,
what's
yeah.
been happening the last couple of days here in Dartmouth, thank you. I'm okay being locked down.
That's right.
I'm fine.
Halifax
thank
too,
you.
like down Jubilee Road. What are they doing? They're partying down there. It's crazy.
Dude, I think, those, just like, I understand some of them were even in university, which is a surprising lack of intelligence to exhibit being in the university. I don't know. Or call me crazy, but I say, kick the buggers out, right? So, but I don't know. It's just very hard to understand. I mean, I partied hard and I did some crazy things when I was a kid too, and I get that. But I didn't wantonly, knowingly put other people's lives in danger.
That's right.
I put my own life in danger sometimes, but
Well, that's your choice,
yeah, man. It's so. But when it comes to other people, it's like I say, I've been in isolation twice now. I went to Peterborough to be with my brother and work on his house for a few weeks, and I came back. When I came back, I locked myself in this room. Kaylin left food at the door. And we just had our schedule, and when we just kept it apart, and I had to do it again the first time. No, the second time I had to do it, I went to a cafe. The first time I'd been to a restaurant since the plague started. This is back in November. I was at an all-day dental appointment, right? I go to a lunch. I go grab a sandwich, and I think, okay, it looks pretty clean. So I've got all isolation. I sit down, and I have my sandwich. I get out of there real quick, and I get a phone call a few days later. You know what? You have to isolate because for that window, for that 1 hour that somebody was in there, I happened to be the lucky one, so I had to isolate. So I did it twice, right? But it's the price you pay for, the last thing I want to do is see my wife get sick because of something stupid I did. Right?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, if I get sick, or even if I die on my own dime and my own stupidity or whatever, that's one thing. That's fine, right? I mean, not that I want to die, but
we will miss you, by the way. Just,
just well, you and 4 other people I've heard about. But
well, no, 5 because Ken's in on it, right?
Okay, Ken's with. Okay, thanks, Ken.
Yeah, he's your pal now too.
Good, and but I just. That's the thing. I just would hate to see anybody else get hurt because of my stupidity. So I'm hoping that other people get that picture somehow, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how's NS Live TV doing? It seems great. So I'm glad you got a co-host on, and that's great.
Yeah. We're trying to. I mean, we're switching around co-hosts. Last week we had Grammy D from Antivirus, and today Ken and I are working on a show together. He writes books to help you talk to your children, which I think are fabulous. Mine's 25 now, so I just talk to him normally. But anyhow, that's another story. But if you have younger children, they're great books to help you have great conversations with your kids. So something to look into. And we're working on a show that helps bring that forth and bring a little bit of information out there. And so so I said, hey Ken, come on and host the show.
Cool.
So what are you doing next week, Robert?
I am next week. I just booked a songwriting workshop.
Here come the excuses. No,
I booked a songwriting workshop with people out of the U.S. So I'm going to Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm doing online songwriting and stuff. Yeah. So.
Good. No, that's great. That's really good stuff.
It's great.
Hey, if you get a Sunday free sometime, let me know. We'll get you
we'll take this offline. We'll book something in a couple of 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Excellent.
Good.
Yeah. Well, we need the band in the studio here, right? Like we're doing the David Letterman thing now. We have the live band. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, we can. I'm always happy to do more, and I think I sent you our music, so you can always use any of our music. I've got lots of backing tracks and stuff, and I've done work. I've done work for video and whatever, so I've got various stuff without lyrics.
Well, actually, one of the what I use for the soundtrack for the show is your music. I did actually put a drum beat to it in GarageBand, but
cool. There you go.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate you letting me use that.
Well, I'll have to check out the drum beat. I'll have to check that piece out. Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
managed to find the beats per second, and boy, GarageBand makes it some easy. It just lines everything up, and bing, bang, boom, I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I use Apple Logic, which is kind of like the big brother to GarageBand, and
Yeah,
it's surprising what
yeah.
these new technologies do. So yeah.
Logic.
Now I have to
Check
get
that out.
familiar. I have to get familiar with broadcasting like you are with OBS and get the overlays and
Yeah.
all these fancy things that you're doing. So
Yeah, well, I'm using a program called Wirecast. There's a cost to that one. It's not free, but it is extremely powerful, almost too powerful.
Great.
It confuses me at times.
I will look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I won't keep you. You may have other things to talk about, and thanks. And
Yeah, well, I'm
We'll
just
see
checking.
you
There's
again
nobody
soon.
else in the green room. Yeah, well, I appreciate you coming on. And like I said,
Yeah,
think
man.
about it. If you got a Sunday that's free, we could use a co-host.
yeah, and like I say, songwriters from here and away is my big thing right now. That I'm just starting to ramp up to bring in songwriters from Atlantic Canada and around the world. So
That's fabulous.
doing
Yeah,
some-
let me know
yeah.
more about that. If
Yeah, I will.
If I can
I
help
will.
in any way with that, I'd be glad to.
Okay, we'll chat offline. Okay,
Sounds good.
good man. Take care.
Okay. Yeah, you too.
Nice
Robert.
meeting
Thanks
you,
so
Robert.
much.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Well, we get back to where we were. Yeah, Robert's gone. There's nobody else in the green room. So this is the website for COVID-19 testing. It's quite extensive. Lots of questions. Lots of questions, and more questions and more information. Yeah. So that's where you can book your COVID test on that site. It's nshealth.ca/coronavirus testing. There you go. Yeah, so I just got one more clip to play here. And like I said, keep checking the green room. You never know who's going to come on. That was great. Robert came on and played a tune for us, an original tune. I appreciate that. That's what the show's all about, getting talent and information about Nova Scotia and Nova Scotians out there to the world. So, all right, let's hope he comes back on. And like I said, maybe he'll even be a co-host. I just got one thing to do here. There we go. All right, now we'll bring... I found this video online and I couldn't help it. I think this is the neatest contraption. Ooh, look at that. I call it a screwy tractor. Look at him go in that. It doesn't matter how deep the snow is. He just goes right through it. Isn't that cool? I need to get me one of them. Just put a plow in the front of that and it'd be perfect, wouldn't it? Not that we have any snow. We don't need it. Don't take this for me saying that we need more snow, because we do not. More snow. There. So that's really everything I had. We had a great show, I think. We had a top 8 list. We had Robert Campbell come on and play music. I had Ken Hubley, the man, that way. I appreciate you coming on and co-hosting here, and hopefully you enjoyed being on.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Yes, it was great to enjoy the show immensely.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, so, I know there's for a fact that there is all kinds of interesting things happening around Nova Scotia, and this show is a way for us to bring them to Nova Scotia, the rest of Nova Scotia, and the world. So, hey, come on, join us. This is an open show for you. All right, let me check the green room one more time, see if there's anybody there. Nope, I don't see anybody waiting to come on. Well, I guess that's a wrap. Yeah, like I said, thanks, Ken. Thanks, Robert. Everybody who partook. Kelsey for coming on and telling us all about the Bad Apple Brewhouse. And we'll have another show next week. Same time, same bat channel. That would be Sunday, May 2nd at 2 p.m. And hey, we'll see you then. So long.
See you later, everyone.